So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But you saved this country.
I didn't do it alone.
And I still owe you a dinner.
Is that part of your mission too? Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation? Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
Inside of me. Open your heart and smile for me. You're not the only one afraid to fall in love. Dance with me again and walk this way.
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, snake.
Good morning, Snake. I hope you slept well. First of all,
I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA.
I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you. And I'm sorry.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgan was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The two NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgin, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy too. I got the film containing the legacy, and also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help. I too am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese facility to become a sleeper agent. This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgin couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you. But I can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss. And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live. Snake, listen to me. She didn't betray the United States. No, far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
You are above even the boss. I hereby award you the title of Big Boss. You are a true patriot.
fox in the army. Someone like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us. A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection was a ruse set up by the US government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgan inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgan's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted. Colonel Volgan fired an American-made nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility. Khrushchev demanded that the US government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss, and that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive, and she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe. She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart. Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
October 15th, 1964, Khrushchev is ousted from power. Brezhnev becomes the first secretary of the Communist Party with Kosygin as premier. October 16th, 1964, China conducts its first successful nuclear test in Taklamakan Desert. SIGINT joins ARPA in 1965. The US government in 1966 conducts a study on emergency medical treatment. 1968, EVA disappears in Hanoi. 1967, paramedic establishes the world nation's first paramedic system in Seattle. 1970, Zero disbands Fox. 1970, states accumulate the remainder of the legacy. 1971, carrying on the traditions of Major Zero and the Fox unit, Big Boss establishes Foxhound. 1972, the L'Enfant Terrible project begins. Happens. The sons of Big Boss are born. Way to Fall is a good credit song. It's very good for this game. I still think I prefer Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday. I believe that's the name of the song. If I'm wrong, I'm going to seem a fool. But yeah, that was Metal Gear Solid 3. Finished it real quick, didn't I? Nice and fast, nice and succinct. Colonel Campbell is credited in the credits here because he can appear in the time paradox situations where you kill a character who shouldn't be dead yet, or if you wait on the death screen for long enough, the mission failed will swap to time paradox and you'll hear Campbell's voice. He would also be in Snake vs. Monkey, but in the HD collection Snake vs. Monkey does not exist. They were not able to get the rights for the Escape stuff. So in the last cutscenes there are two secret R1 prompts. One when the chief of whatever is trying to shake your hand, you can see Ocelot in the corner in a window, and the second is at the grave. The very last cutscene, the very last thing that you can do is take control of Snake, look for his eyes, and see that he's sobbing, because it's a very sad game. And oh god, this is where I developed the habit. This is where it started. I've developed this habit of playing through like 70 or 80% of a game, putting it down, and then finishing it like a year later. This is where it started. This is the biggest one. I've defeated it now, maybe I can change. Anyway, Metal Gear Solid 3 is excellent. Absolutely absolutely the best thing that Kojima's put out. Kojima and his team, because there's a whole team here that worked on this. I think MGS3 is the tightest of the games. It has a lot of really cool gameplay mechanics that I think the weakness there is that on very easy and easy, especially on very easy, because when I was younger I played on very easy, you can effectively ignore a significant part of them, because stamina isn't an issue on very easy at all. It does not become a problem. Normal and high, you do have to use some of the survival elements. It's a lot of fun. The story, I think, is quite well put together. The characters are good. I think there are some odd moments, but overall it's a strong story. Like focusing on Snake and the boss, that's where most of the strength is. The game did a really good job of establishing the boss as a character, and everybody loved her because she's very good. She's very good and super important. The original plan for this series, which is outlined somewhere in a video that may or may not be private currently, was to play through the series in chronological order leading up to MGS 5, like I mentioned at some point in this session of recording. That is not still the plan. That does not mean it will not happen. It's just recording and editing. I haven't done it in a while. After I edit this, I'll know if it's something that I want to do again. It's not even difficult. Like, this isn't heavy editing. It's going to be cutting a few bits here and there, putting my audio on the right track. It's simple stuff. It's just time consuming, and rendering is so time consuming. It takes forever to render something, which, as a lot of the people who watch me already know, as they are also people who make videos. Hello. Shout outs to my boy Prof though. Baker1.jpg, Baker2.jpg, Nailsaki.jpg. Because they were randomly found from somewhere. I'm not paying close attention to the credits. A lot of good names here. MGS3 is not my favourite Metal Gear Solid. I have always maintained that is... Oh, I didn't play Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2. Yeah, because the chronology wasn't including Metal Gear 1 and Metal Gear 2. Maybe I should play them. I don't know. What was my plan with them? I'm sure I had a plan. Didn't write it down, I just had it in my head. Oh well. Metal Gear Solid 2 was my favourite game of all time, and my favourite Metal Gear Solid game. I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is tighter, probably better designed. The HD version especially, with the subsistence camera, makes it excellent. But I still love MGS 2. It's a good time. So is MGS 3. You know, Metal Gear Solid finished at 3, and then they took a long break, and then Peace Walker came out, and then MGS 5 came out. It was weird that they released 5. I guess Peace Walker was 4, and I'm absolutely being facetious. Don't like 4. Triumph Calorie Mate. Calorie Mate I've eaten. It's good. I've had the chocolate one. It's not, like, incredible. It is very dry, and it is just a lump of, like a sort of shortbread, but it's a bit softer. I like it. I would not go out of my way to recommend it to people, but I would ask people send it to me in great droves because I want more. And it's so rare. At least getting it in the UK is a bit difficult. The HD Remaster team, Bluepoint Games. Bluepoint are working on a Demon's Souls remake. That's where we are in the timeline of my life. That's a weird thing to consider. I love Bluepoint, by the way. Bluepoint are great. Bluepoint released like 15 games in the time it took me to finish this. Konami remastering unit. I'm trying to see if there are any names here I recognise. I probably missed a lot of the Konami US social team. QA. Marketing. I guess, yeah, I probably missed the US social team. Maybe they'll appear for it later, but probably not. And this is the main Metal Gear Solid theme. I think this is the last appearance of it. I think this is the last appearance of the main Metal Gear Solid theme. I don't think it's in 4. Could be wrong. I don't believe it's in 4. Because there was a copyright dispute with I believe a Russian piano piece. Because it was very similar to it. And so instead of trying to fight it, they just stopped using it, and they were like, alright, yeah, sure. We'll dunk it. Konami Digital Entertainment, this, yep. Oh, yeah, of course, there's this.
Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations. Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed. Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands. With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived. The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States. The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too. Speaking of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday. Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed it as well. Yes, they bought our story. I don't think they'll be making a fuss. The secondary alert has been lifted as well. And the Soviets still haven't discovered my true identity. They have no idea that I've been triple-crossing them. I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam. Of course, I am always at the CIA's disposal, Mr. Director.
Oh my word, he's talking to the director of the CIA, not of this game. What's my ranking video game? Panther. Okay, I killed 142 people. That couldn't have all been in this session. I used 2 life medicines and that was in this session. Fuck. I got so far without using them. Maybe I did kill 142 people in this session. Only took 10 hours. Feels longer. Alert phase 23 times. That wasn't all in this. Save and continue. A few continues in this. Didn't use any special items. That's okay. I'll take Panther. Panther's okay. And yeah, you unlock a few items. You get the single action army, the Patriot, the tuxedo. You can load the save data that you create at the end of the game, start a new game, and have all of the equipment ready to go. Or the equipment that carries over. If you beat the game without being seen, you unlock stealth camo, I believe, and if you beat the game without killing anyone, you unlock the infinite ammo. I did not do either of those things. I don't remember if there are any other unlocks. No, if you shoot all the keratins, you unlock stealth camo. You might also unlock it for not being seen. I think it might be you can unlock it in 2 different ways, and this is a lot of maybes because I'm very unsure at this point in my life. You also maybe get the keratin camo because there's the Gakko camo. No, the Gakko camo is the keratin camo because it's the duck and the keratin? Cat duck? I don't know. But that's Metal Gear Solid 3! Yeah. So, if you're watching this still, if you sat through the credits or you skipped ahead to maybe hear me mutter, and this is uploaded at the correct time or day, which it might not be, I might not have enough videos, I will be streaming on Twitch 8 PM UK time most days. You can follow me to see that for sure, if you follow and notify. I do not know if I will continue to do other YouTube videos. I will see how it goes after this. I've got stuff that I want to make. I just don't. If I want to make it, if I want to make it good, I'll have to put in a lot more effort than I was originally planning to, and that's a good thing. I had ideas, but I don't think I was going to put them in completely. And you also unlock the demo theater, which we'll take a quick look at. We'll take a very brief look at, just to see what it is. The demo theater is a basically cutscene replayer with some slight bonuses. So yes, good lord, look at all of those saves. 2016, second 26. Ooh, it's longer than that. Wait, 25th, 2015. Wow, this was almost 5 years. I've been saying 4 years all this time. Okay, so we'll load our completed save. It tallies how many times you beat the game. I don't know if there's a bonus for beating the game multiple times. And you have the demo theater. You can rewatch all cutscenes. You can go to an individual one and have a look. It will not reflect camo in some cutscenes, but you can equip any camo that you've already unlocked. And then in the cutscene that you are in, while we're here, we might as well have a brief look at our new tuxedo. show you around my place and my new tux. You can wear any camo you want and it will be shown in the cutscenes. Time for Snake to shed his skin. This is a variation, well, this is a bonus cutscene, and then Halo Jump Mask, Halo Jump Regular Snake, Commencing Virtuous Mission. Yeah, so these two are from picking MGS. I like MGS too. You've got more cutscenes here. I don't know if they blank out cutscenes you've missed. Here we go, up here. Okay, yeah, so there's Russian Roulette, Ocelot loses, Snake misses, Snake wins, and Ocelot wins. So you can't just not shoot. And there's also, let's not talk about that. Now, there were also a series of, he still has the fucking arrows in his bag. That's incredible that they persist this far. There are a series of like joke cutscenes. I don't think you can access them in the HD collection. Unfortunately, I could be wrong. I might just not know how to activate them. But they are pretty good to look up. I forget how to find them. I don't remember what they're called because I'm a fool. But yeah, that's all of our MGS. It's interesting because cutscene variations. There's some cutscene variations at the beginning of the game, and then there isn't a single one until the very end where you have this. Except maybe, hang on, where's the end fight? Volgin, Fury. The end appears. The end. Oh yeah, the end has some variations. The death of the end and the end dies of old age. There are a couple of variants on how that can go. Stripping Rykov, Trent Groznygrad. Okay, there may be more variants. I was just in the wrong place. You're lucky we'll meet again, my oldest friend. Anyway, yeah. So that was Metal Gear Solid. Let's have a quick look at Snake. Let's dress him up appropriately for the... Oh, we can't. Oh, I have to wear something else, right? And then I swap to face camo. No, because he gets rid of his face camo if you wear the tux, I believe. I could be wrong. Tux. Yes, he gets rid of it when he wears the tux. And when he wears that. Oh, we also unlocked the Snake camo. I don't remember what the effect is. It might be less stamina drain. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Metal Gear Solid 3. It's a good game. I like this effect on the ceiling here. Yeah, so I will be streaming most UK days, 8 PM. We may see more videos on this channel. We may not. Do not get your hopes up, but do not put your hopes down. Keep your hopes at a moderate pace, and they will be promptly met with mediocre content. Yeah, good work. See ya.
Yo, you sounds like the day using the Patriot, huh?
Yeah, it's the same one the boss was using.
Where'd you get it? I said, where'd you get it?
Sigint, don't get worked up over details.
What? Whatever. Anyway, the Patriot is a one-of-a-kind sidearm made especially for the boss. It's basically an XM16E1 with the barrel cut short and the stock taken off. The idea was to create a large pistol that combined the feel and quick handling of a handgun with the force of a rifle. But with a barrel that short, the recoil is unbelievable. It's tough to aim, but it more than makes up for it in firepower. From the looks of it, it's fitted with a 100-round drum magazine. And it never runs out of ammo?
Never.
Why is that?
Because the internal feed mechanism is shaped like an infinity symbol.
Ah, I get it. Yep, that'll give you unlimited ammo. Snake, what are you wearing now?
Tuxedo?
What, you late for a wedding or something? Come to think about it, the tuxedo is an all-black outfit. It'll probably help you blend in a dark environment. One thing you can't do, though, is equip knife-type weapons. And you can't use CQC either. Remember that.
Snake.
What's up, boss?
Don't you what's up me. Just what do you think you're doing?
What do you mean?
What do I mean? What is that camouflage you're wearing?
Oh, this. What do you think?
Of all the...
Looks pretty good on me, doesn't it?
Are you out of your mind? You can't wear that in battle. It's like saying to the enemy, hey, here I am, shoot me.
Well, I'll admit it is a little on the flashy side,
Then why don't you...
but it does look good on me, doesn't it? You don't think so?
Listen, wise ass, camouflage isn't gonna do jack if it doesn't help you blend in with your surroundings.
Well, I think it looks good on me.
Fine, wear whatever you want.
Thought you'd like it.